Okay, crisscross applesauce spoons in your bowls. Oh, wait. Open.
Shut. Open. Shut. Open. Shut.
Okay. Well, on Friday, we read the book In the Tall, Tall Grass all together. And our job then was just to understand the story, do a good job listening to it. Well, today we're going to look at the book again, but today we're going to be doing something called a close reading. Who knows what that is? Gabby.
When you have a job or a purpose.
When you have a job or a purpose. And today our job is to go through the book and to look for the things that the author did to the words to help us have a better understanding as a reader. Do you think you can help me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really scared.
So let's take a look. I picked a few pages. Okay. So this page says dart and dip. Dart and dip. Before we start moving our hands all around, what do you think dart and dip, what do those words mean? What do you think? Kate, what do dart and dip mean?
Dart means you go really fast.
Oh.
Dip means you go fast and go down.
Fast and go down.
I know one.
You know what? I was a little unsure of what they meant, so what was something that I could check to help me get a better understanding of what those words meant? What could I look at? Edie?
The pictures.
The picture, and that really helped me. But Kate was absolutely right with her definition of dip and dart.
I know.
Why do you think the author chose those words and not fly?
Because that's not a fancy word.
Oh, that's not a fancy word.
And it's boring.
It's boring. Why do fancy words or words that are not boring, why do they make it better for us? Why do you think the author does that? What do you think? Lily?
To help you more understand.
To help you understand what's going on in the story. So from those words, dart and dip, what do you know about the birds on that page? Ryan?
That dart is going up
Okay.
and dip is going down.
Okay, so what does that tell you about the birds?
They're done.
Do you want to phone a friend? Should we have someone help you out? I bet you do know. I bet when you hear the answer, you're going to say, oh, I knew that. Riley, what do you think? What are those words telling us?
That they're good.
Okay, that's what the words mean, but what are the words telling us about the hummingbirds? Julia?
They're darting and dipping.
They're darting and dipping. If you were thinking that, give me a silent me too.
I was going to say that.
Excellent.
I was going to say it
Excellent
a different
thinking.
way.
So, we know the author did that on purpose, and that really helps us as readers. But what about how the words are positioned? Dart and dip. What do you think, Samantha?
One's going up and one's going down.
One's going up and one's going down. Why do you think the author did that?
Because, the hummingbird is going up and the other hummingbird is going down.
Okay, so do you think the words have something to do with the illustration? Sounds good. So the author is really doing a good job of helping us to understand what these hummingbirds are doing. Let's see. Okay, so this page. Say the words with me. Strum, drum, bees, hum. Well, I know these two pages are about bees. What do you notice about these words when you say them? Strum, drum, bees. Sorry, hon. Bees, hum.
They make the sound of the ends of the bees.
They make the sound that bees make. So why do you think, oh, let's stop being bees for a minute. Why do you think the author chose those words? Edie?
To give the reader more information.
More information about what?
What they're doing.
What they're doing, and I like how she started it. Edie gave us a good start. Kate? Kate for Julia. To give us more information about what and the bees?
What the bees are doing.
What they're doing. But can you go a little farther than that? What they're doing, like what? Think about the word and think about what everyone said the word sounded like.
How the bees make their sound.
Okay, so do you think the author chose those words so that when you read the page, you could sort of hear the bees? All right, so let's see what you notice on the next page.
I have to help.
Okay.
I knew it.
Pull, tug, and slug. What does it mean to lug? Oh, and how can you figure that out? What does it mean to lug? Brayden?
To pull something really hard.
To pull something really hard. And you know, I was kind of unsure about that word too. So what could I have looked at to help me figure out?
Picture.
Riley? And how does that help you though? What do you see in the picture? Yeah, starting to pull something. And is he pulling something small and light?
But for us,
A leaf. What were you going to say, Riley?
for us it's not heavy, but for the ants, it's heavy because the ants are much smaller than us.
You're right.
It's like this. We're much bigger and this is up.
Right.
Yeah.
So that picture really helped me to understand that word. Can you do me a favor? Can you act out lugging for me? Oh, use those muscles. Imagine you're a little ant lugging a huge leaf because that's what I see in the picture. Good job. Okay, ants, stop for a minute. All right, eyes over here. Brian? So, why do you think that page was done this way? Pull, tug, and slug. What do you think? Do you notice anything about the words? Gabby, do you notice anything about the words?
That lug and tug have the same letter at the end, and pull and ants, they don't.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Come on up here for a minute, though. All right. So take a look at this page, right? And I want you to touch the word pull and touch the word tug. What do you notice about the direction that it's going in?
Up.
It's
like
going
this way.
Okay. So
That's
why do you think the author did that?
It's because I think because they're tugging up.
Okay. All right. So it has something to do with how what?
The way they're pulling the big leaf.
The way what is pulling the big leaf?
The ant.
The ant. Excellent job. So who agrees with Gabby? Kate, why do you agree with Gabby? Why do you think Gabby thought that? Does anyone know? Who was listening to Gabby? Edie?
because the ants will like tug in something that's heavy and tug and pull like me release something heavy that the ants are doing.
So you have done a really good job of using the picture to help you figure out a word, a fancy word, and also noticing that the author does things with words to kind of help us to understand the animals in the book. Well, right now, the next page I'm going to show you, we're not going to talk about all together, you're going to talk about with your partner.
At the table?
At the table. Okay, so wait, don't get up just yet. This is the page with what on it?
Snake.
A snake. Who would like to come up here and touch the text before we head off to talk about it? Leo, come on up. All right, come on up. What do you notice about this? Slip, slide.
That the snakes are going the way that the words are.
The snake is going the same way that the words are. You're right. You want to touch it? Can you reach it?
A little too high.
There you go. Here, wait. Ready? Touch it. Ah! Good
I
job.
know something about it.
What do you notice?
Like when the snakes make the sound.
Oh, that's really smart. You know what? Can you talk about that with your partner? Okay, so take a good look at the page. Slip, slide. And make sure you hold it in your head. And I want you to carefully go over to your table. And I want you to talk with your partner about what you noticed and why you think the author did that. Okay, Leo. You're going to be my partner. So, Leo, you started to tell me what you noticed with that page. Do you remember what you shared when you were standing on it before you sang? What did you share about slip and slide? Yes, so we're going in the same direction. Right? Do you notice anything else? Slip, slide. They start with the same sound. Wait a minute. What makes that sound? What animal makes that sound? Snake. So wait a minute. The words are going in the same shape as a snake, and the letters are making the same sound as a snake? Wow. Why do you think the author did that? Okay, well let's talk it through. Does that help you in some way? That the author made the words look like a snake and sound like a snake?
I wonder what the microphone is.
Tell me about the picture in your head.
But the last letter isn't really the same.
What do you think? Can you imagine what a snake is doing in your head? What is the snake doing? Slide, show me on the table. And what is the snake sounding like? And how do you know that? Oh, excellent. Good job, Leo. Thanks for being such a great partner. Okay. So I want to hear about all of the smart partner talk that you were doing. So our job was to talk about what we noticed with the word slip and slide. Let's start with that. What did you notice, Caroline?
That the S makes the snake sound.
The S makes the snake sound. And actually, how many words start with S, Caroline? Take a look on the page. How many words start with S on that page? 2. Wow. Did anyone else notice that? Excellent. Did anyone notice anything else? Kate.
The snake is going in the shape of an S.
The snake is going in the shape of an S. And, you know, my partner Leo was also sharing that, right, Leo? Leo also had that smart noticing.
I also had that too. Me too.
Did anyone notice anything else just by looking at this page? Edie?
that the words are going in the position that the snake's going, and the snake's shaped like an S.
Right, so the words are kind of following the shape of the snake or the direction that the snake is slithering in. And why do you think the author did that? Do you think it just happened? Matthew, do you think it just happened? Like the words just happened to end up like that? Why do you think the author did that? What do you think? How does it help you? Riley? So it gives you more information. And what does it do to the picture in your mind? Does it help?
Uh-huh.
What do you see in your head right now?
It's helping the reader explain the page.
Right, it's helping the reader to understand the page. So take a minute and think about what's in your head right now, Brock and Matthew. Do you see a snake? What is it doing? And what is it sounding like? Excellent job. So this page and these words really helped me. Did it help you as well? Oh, I love that. Okay. Hip hop, ears flop. Hip hop, ears flop. So what I want you to do is to once again turn and talk with your partner. Hey, Leo, come over here. You're gonna work with us. Hip hop, ears flop. What do you notice about those words? Hip hop, ears flop. Emma, did you share with Kaden what you noticed?
What I noticed
Share with Kaden, please.
is that
What do you notice about those words? Your partner just said, what did she just say? Just like what?
Oh my gosh.
Good job. Oh, are you acting it out? Oh, goodness. So did you hear what Caroline was thinking about the words? What do you notice? Hip and hop.
When they're hopping, the ears are up. Bouncing up and down.
They do sound similar, right? What do you notice about where they are on the page? Let's go take a closer look. One's up there, and one's down there. Why do you think that is? What is this page about? Bunnies, and what do rabbits do? Hey, show me hopping. Up, down. Wait. So when you hop, you go up, and then you go. So what do you notice about the words? The first one is up, and the next one is. Do you think the author did that on purpose? That's awesome. And I like how you acted it out for me. Thank you. Okay, friends. Who would like to share what they or their partner noticed? Leo, you can have a seat, babe. Edie, what did you or Brayden notice?
That I noticed that like hip is like high and hop is like a little bit low, and that's how the words are placed up there.
Okay. Hip is a little bit high, hop is a little bit low. That's how they're placed. Why do you think they're placed that way? Can my friend Leo help you out? So Leo, he did a really awesome job of acting it out. Why do you think hip is high and hop is low?
Because the bunny's going that way.
The bunny's going that way because what is the bunny doing? Hopping. And when you hop, what happens to your body?
It goes up. I know something
And then it's
about
up and down,
hop,
up and
ears
down. Good job.
When the bunny's down, its ears are down. And when the bunny's up, its ears are up.
Okay, so we're going to finish all together on the rug. So we're kind of going to wrap up all of your smart thinking. So can you quietly push your chairs in?
That was too loud.
Thank you.
These words different
Beep beep.
from the others. How and why?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Okay, spoons in your bowls. So you all did a really, really great job of looking at the pictures and looking at the words kind of in a different way today. What were we noticing today? What was our job today? Kate? What were we looking at when we pulled up a page? Okay, that was one of the animals in the story. Emma?
The words.
The words, right? And what the author did to the words. And the words that the author chose. Well, there's one more page I want us to look at. And this page says, "Good night, tall, tall grass." And these words look a little bit different than the other words. Something is different about them. And I was wondering if you could tell me what is different and why. Brock, turn your body, spoon in your bowl. What is different and why? Caroline?
That the moon, that it's night and the caterpillar's not sleeping.
Okay. You're noticing that from the illustration? Nice job. What about the words? What do you notice about these words? I'm going to touch them. Look. Good night, tall, tall grass. What do you notice about them? Lily?
That the other ones were like all around the page there, and these words are just straight.
Okay, straight across.
Yeah.
That's good noticing. Why do you think the author did that? What's happening on this page, Lo? Is much of anything happening on this page? So, are the words just kind of calm and still? Wait a minute.
Words are white.
Oh,
Words are white.
that's even more noticing. The words are white. Why are the words white or bright? Gabby?
Because the moon and the stars are bright. Together they get brighter. So white is the brightest kind of bright in the world. So I think that's
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So do you think the moon is shining on these letters?
yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I think that make it black.
It doesn't make it black, it makes it
Yeah.
bright and light. All right. And you know, I like how Gabby described the moon being so bright, because she's right. Judging by how bright these letters are, that's one bright moon, isn't it?
And it's huge.
And it is very big. It is.
Darker on the big screen.
Okay, so when we are looking at a book, especially when we're doing a close reading and we have a job, okay, what are some things you can notice? Kaden, crisscross spoon in your bowl. What are some things you can notice? What do you think? Everybody's hand should be raised. When you're looking at a book, what do your eyes and your brain notice? What do you see? Julia?
You see lots of ideas of the pictures.
Okay, so we can look at the illustrations. That definitely helps us. What else can we see or notice? Let's take a look. What did we notice or look at on this page? Riley?
That the moon is shining the words.
Okay, so we noticed the words they're a different color, aren't they? So that's something to notice.
Because it looks like it's black on the big screen.
Excellent. What are some other things we noticed and that we can keep looking for whenever we're reading a book? Maybe the author does. Edie?
Does like a different way, like the pictures go in.
Okay, the different direction. And what about the words themselves? Dart dip. How is that better than fly?
It's not a fancy word.
It's not a fancy word. And how do fancy words help us, Emma? What What did they help you to picture in your head?
To get fancier.
To get fancier in your head? Yeah. What was this book all about?
The tall, tall grass.
Right. So when there are fancy words, do you get a better picture in your head of what's going on in the tall, tall grass?
No.
You don't? Why don't you?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay. So when you hear a fancy word, what do you think about, Julia?
Like more things that the author told us in the book. More information. Hey, I was gonna say that. It was in my brain.
That was in your brain.
And we're getting smart.
You're getting smart. That's absolutely right.
I had it in my
So you all did a really good job of noticing. So who's going to be a noticer? Anytime they look at a book, they're going to say, I noticed the illustrations. I noticed the fancy words. Everyone's hand should be raised. Okay, you did a really, really great job, noticers. Thanks. Why don't you head back to your tables?